In a bizarre coincidence, I've just sat down to record me moaning about Ironman, not updating anybody on the Germany Hamburg event in June that I'm supposed to be doing. And this second, an email has pinged up in my inbox from Ironman Germany. Bizarre. The first half is all in German. My German's not great, but what I do know of it and what I know of the German people is I think they're saying it is off and they're probably saying it very efficiently. In 2 days it is April and that was supposed to mean the Hurtwood 50k Ultra, my favourite race ever, last done in 2019. They had postponed it over and over in 2020 and finally settled on April the 10th 2021. Because I was expecting to be in great running shape by then, I also booked up the following weekend to do the Beast of Beacons 20-mile mountain run with Nixon. Another awesome race that we did last year. Then the 50k Ultra postponed again, and even worse, they moved it to the following weekend. Basically, it was due to take place in the UK on the last day before a rule change on the COVID laws. The bottom line was they could have run it legitimately on the 10th, but some people just felt happier travelling from the day after. Travel to Asda and buy as much pizza as you like, but you want to travel to the countryside and run a race? No, give that another 24 hours. Very, very frustrating, although not as frustrating, of course, as them moving it to the following weekend and clashing with the Beast race. So screw it, I'm not doing the Ultra 50k. Nixon has a trophy to pick up and I'm not getting in the way of that. So all that news is a couple of weeks old to me now, and its effect on my training has been negative, to say the least. It is very hard to train for a goal that keeps moving. And these goalposts aren't just moving, they're getting loaded onto a lorry and just driven to the next town. It is frustrating, but I still have the Beast race, which is not far away, and a couple of 10k trail runs in early May. So there is still clearly an objective to be run ready. And actually the 20-mile across the mountain Beast race last year was more grueling on my legs than the ultra marathon was. So I need to get some miles in, hence on a beautiful day I'm out running. So now it gets interesting. What do I train for beyond the running? I was going to be doing the Superhuman Games in May. They were a mix of strength and endurance events, but they have all been cancelled. They would have had some very specific training requirements had they been on. All my Spartan obstacle course races are later in the year, and despite what anyone tells you, an obstacle course race is 99% running, so it would have been just run training for that anyway. And obviously now Ironman Hamburg is off as well, and that would have had clearly some very specific triathlon training for that. So where to focus the training beyond running is now going to be interesting. First, actually, let's just dive back into that Ironman situation. I was going to moan about them before that email arrived. In fact, I'm still going to moan about them anyway, specifically the way they behaved during the whole COVID situation. Although I think partly it could be almost my own fault because of how I have perceived Ironman to be. My plan had been to do one Ironman. That's it, one and done. I'm not a triathlete. I wanted to do it, get a medal, get it in under 12 hours or less, so it had a degree of credibility with it. I was then going to get my Ironman tattoo. All very corny, I know, but I saw Ironman as an achievement. The word Ironman to me was a thing, like climb Everest. Ironman was a thing you had done. No, Ironman is a company. They're a corporation, a business to make money, and they've made that really, really clear. I would no more stick their name on me than I would Nike or Samsung. I might as well get Garmin tattooed on my arm. Here's my problem. On the Ironman website, Hamburg event still going on. On the Facebook Ironman Hamburg page, no information whatsoever. Everything suggests it is still running. I'm looking at the news in Germany and they are heading into their third wave. They're having an absolute nightmare with COVID. My German history is not great, but they seem to govern regionally. I think the gist is that they were broken up that way post Second World War, so that there was no sort of central governance in the way there would have been prior to that, like getting the naughty kids to separate in class so they don't talk to each other and try and take over the world. The problem they have is that they've got some regions that are literally lifting the lockdown soon, and other regions have got numbers going up. It's an absolute mess over there. And even in the UK, where we are having a reasonably good time of it, COVID deaths yesterday, 23. COVID is kind of on the mend here. It's illegal to go on holiday abroad still, not to mention gyms and pools are shut. Interestingly, average deaths per day, every day, forever, from heart disease, 450. Not seeing anything about the government locking down the pizzas just yet, but I might have missed that. So, 2 months to go, it's now cancelled. Everyone knew Hamburg was going to be cancelled, but we just couldn't do anything officially. I'd already cancelled my hotel, my flights back at Christmas time because I knew it wasn't going to happen. But Ironman were refusing transfers, postponements, nothing, because they were saying until an hour ago, it's all systems go. So anyway, what's the score now? The bottom line is, according to the email, they're going to move it to end of August this year. Or you can postpone to 2022, June of next year. For me, August is nuts. They're also wildly optimistic if they think that Europe is going to be up and running as normal by August. Possible, but I'd be staggered. And if it does happen, it won't be the sort of event that I would want to be partaking in. Are they going to have everyone still wearing masks and spectators limited? I just can't imagine what is still only a few months away, Germany being fine with thousands of people just descending on them and running around the streets. I might be being pessimistic. I don't think that will happen. Who knows? And it's right in the middle of my Spartan, my ultra running events that were all rolled over from last year into this year. Just not a hope, not happening for me. So end of the year, September, October time, I'm going to start training for June 2022. I still want that medal. They can just keep their tattoo. So instead, training now for the next few months at least is going to be running and lifting, a lot more lifting, lots more lifting. And that is partly being driven by social media pressures, which you wouldn't think would affect dramatically an elderly man like myself. But it has dawned on me via advice from my children that in order to promote a channel where the primary message is just be slightly better than above average, because that's fun, I need to look a lot better than above average, which is rather frustrating. It kind of goes against a lot of what I say and my motivations for training and how far one should take it. But my kids do tell me that if I'm in the summer running around looking lean and ripped, and I'm assuming very hungry, I will get more views. We will see when the thumbnails for these videos have me running around shirtless and my subscriber count goes up. My kids were right. If my subscriber count does not go up, my kids owe me a lot of missed donuts. If they are right, then I guess my message will have to become, I'm starving, and what I was doing 6 months ago was way more fun. The workout I have just done, the diet I'm currently eating, is grim. My advice, don't do that. On which point, I now need to do a chest and shoulders workout and then have a salad, which is basically spinach and tuna, no mayo, joy. Halfway through my workout, it's just occurred to me I've not mentioned the Wahoo bike situation. Clearly, it is still missing. The bad news is that Wahoo messed up collecting the broken bike twice, so it's only just gone back a couple of days ago. And I am missing it. Being able to come in here in the evening and just jump on it and bang out a race is missed. To do that low impact but hardcore cardio is just, it's almost impossible to do it on anything else. Probably the rowing machine is maybe the closest, but that would be boring to row for 45 minutes. Sitting on a bike in a race for 45 minutes flies by. But the good news is that now the old one has gone back, the new one should be here any day. Wahoo are telling me around about a week to get it here. And in fact, Wahoo reached out to me after they saw my video online reviewing the bike. I thought when I saw that message pop up in my inbox I was going to be in trouble having destroyed their bike. But they were actually really nice about it. They said that the points I made were good and they were very constructive. They were going to pass them onwards and upwards. So yeah, just incredibly nice and professional people. In fact, I might get Wahoo tattooed on me instead. So coming soon, hopefully, will be a video that is unboxing straight onto a race. Can I get close to a podium? What sort of impact does not riding the thing for a few weeks now make? Hopefully very, very little, but potentially an awful lot. We will see. So that's an update on the bike. Talking of updates, the other thing people have been asking about is how big has Lincoln got? Lincoln was last seen here. I will get him, you can see the difference. Yes, he is loads bigger. Okay, let's finish this off. Have that salad. Okay, that salad was boring. That is it for me, almost. If you've not already done so, please like and subscribe, and also check out my new Facebook and Instagram page. I'm upping my social media game. Although my kids tell me that Facebook is only for old people and I should be on TikTok, but I have no idea what that is. And it is Jenna's birthday on Friday, so stick a happy birthday Jenna in the comments. She'll love that. And if you want some advice on how to shop for an early 30s modern, got everything woman, pay attention. It's got to be good this year because it's her second lockdown birthday, and the one before that was 2019, her 30th. I got her a Rolex from the year of her birth, flew her to Budapest, and we spent all day shooting guns. It's quite hard to top that. So after all that hunting online yesterday, this has just arrived. Here's the problem, despite all that time spent online, I couldn't find anything. I then got distracted and ended up picking up this, which is Seiko's homage to the H558 that Arnold wore in Commando and Predator, which is very, very cool, but my advice, don't do that.